What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. Today's morning video is just gonna be a chill little vibe. I found this Reddit thread of people telling their GameStop horror stories from their time working there, and I just thought it was very entertaining, so that's what we're gonna be listening to today. The question was, GameStop employees of Reddit, what are some of your horror stories? And without further ado, let's get into the video.
You would think that it's illegal. I'm getting quiet now. Lay low when you reach, so I'm piping down. Making out, stack the bread, cause you love the sound. Just so I'm quiet.
Working retail is bad enough, but I feel like working retail at a company like GameStop that everybody already hates is definitely gotta be worse. 4 stories come to mind. A woman comes in to trade an old Xbox 360 in a box. I open a box and the smell hits me. Rat droppings, grime, cockroaches, everything has spent time in this thing. Luckily, my manager noticed and we were able to decline the trade. Spent 5 minutes disinfecting the counter before I helped the next customer. How do you even let your Xbox get that disgusting, dude? Like, that's sitting in your house full of cockroaches and rat crap and you do not notice the stench coming off your gaming machine? That's how you know this dude has a piss bucket when the new Call of Duty comes out. That's the only explanation. One time I was trading in a PS4, I think. We were chatting while I was wiping his hard drive and commenting on all his achievements. Sometime during this conversation, he got nostalgic and changed his mind, but not before I had already deleted all his data. Felt terrible. Bruh, dude. Oh, that's a ginormous L. You know what? I do have way too many fond memories. Can I have it back? Yeah, sure, but all your data's gone. Why would you sell your PlayStation 4 to GameStop in the first place, dude? They were gonna give you a $5 footlong and a recommendation to Jared Fogel's new massage shop. It was not worth it. One homeless-looking guy comes in during one of the few times I'm alone in the store. He was dragging around a trash bag, and I'm doing my best to keep him in eyesight, and he's all kinds of sketchy. He managed to stuff an Xbox 360 in the bag and walk out, but I ran out and asked him to give it back, which he did, saying, "Please don't call the cops." I did. Hey, listen, man, I know I just stole from you and you definitely saw me do it and I shoved an Xbox inside of a trash bag, but if you could do me a favor and not call the police for the blatant crime I just committed, it would be much appreciated. I really don't like prison. I don't think I'd fit in well there. The last one kinda shook me. This woman comes in with a gaggle of kids, maybe 4, and they're all terrors, running around to different parts of the store, yelling, grabbing things, rearranging things, seemingly causing distraction while this woman tried on 3 different occasions to get behind the counter. They end up buying something, but I noticed under the big boxes the oldest kid had picked up, he'd stuffed his hands full of all the little DS games that were in the go back section on the counter. There was more, but I've lost some of the details, but it really gave me the impression that this was all coordinated by the mother. It's one thing to see adults steal, to see kids stealing and being encouraged to do so is just terribly sad. That's a family operation right there, a little bit of a dynasty. You know, son, when you're 18 years old, you gotta go into the family business of shoplifting from GameStop to make us as profitable as humanly possible. I know, it's not nothing like handing down the Rockefellers business, but I tell you what, we're honest, hard-working people stealing from GameStop to feed us, son. I was an assistant manager when one of the Madden games came out. 04 maybe? We were doing a big midnight opening for it and everybody's having a great time waiting for the game, which we were picking up from another store about 30 minutes away. Around 11, after people had been waiting 2 hours after the mall closed, I got a phone call. The game wasn't coming. I almost broke down sitting behind the register, dreading the thought of telling everybody they just wasted their time. To make matters worse, another store within walking distance of us got their games. I wanted to die that night. I'm so grateful that our customers took it well and didn't get too angry. Bro, imagine the social anxiety of having to tell like hundreds of people gathered outside hyped for a new game that you do not have copies of it after they've already paid for it. This definitely could have ended with the GameStop being burned down, and I'm very glad it didn't. I feel like the type of people going to a Madden midnight release are usually not the most logical people on the planet. Had a couple come in to return a Sesame Street video game and controller. They had a receipt from over a year ago. The game was scratched to hell and the controller was full of dried soda. Yummy. They said it didn't work anymore and were furious when I told them I wouldn't give them their money back, like standing there screaming at me. I'm the manager, so I had no one there to back me up. It was crazy. Their kid was bawling, the lady swearing like a syphilitic sailor, and the husband couldn't even finish a sentence. I'm pretty sure they were both super high, too, so that was fun. When the PS2 came out, I was an assistant manager, and my manager would sell them out of the back room at a markup. Such a snake. I took the demo Xbox home with a copy of Halo before the system launched one night and had a 4-player all-night party. And one of our other local stores had someone dig through the outside wall and steal everything out of their back room. I feel like somebody bringing in a controller covered in dried soda and like food with a scratch to hell game and asking for a refund is just the most accurate way to describe what working retail is like. What do you mean you can't give me a refund? Dude, there is literally a cockroach crawling out of your controller. I can't give you your money back. It does make me feel better to know, though, that even when the PS2 came out, there were still people scalping them for a markup. I'm pretty sure this is what's happening too, dude. I'm sure a lot of GameStop employees be getting their hands on some PlayStations and flipping them for some profit. At least we are not suffering alone, gamers. There's that. Our ancestors also had to go through the same pain. Worked part-time at a GameStop while I was in college. The best story I love to tell is this mom and son story. A 40-ish-year-old mom, a 7 to 10-ish-year-old boy come into the store in a large strip mall with lots of stores. They don't even look at the merchandise. They come up to the counter and ask to let the kid use the bathroom. She clarified that she's not there to buy anything, but she spent thousands of dollars in our store previously. We politely tell her that we can't let customers use our bathroom because it's in the back of the store with lots of high-priced merchandise. So that's the policy. We have cameras and corporate reviews the footage. Additionally, what we don't tell her is that all the used game consoles that people sell back to us are stored in the bathroom. This is a month prior to Christmas, so I had to do some impressive yoga to get to the toilet. I'm sure those consoles were definitely a hazmat issue, but I digress. Not to be unsympathetic to the kid's plight, but we tell the mom that the pizza place next door lets people use the bathroom if they buy something, and the cheapest thing is a $1 bottle of soda or water. She starts flipping out on us, spewing expletives, saying that she's paid our salaries 10 times over and we're going to hell, yada yada yada, and then tells her son to just go. The kid actually unzips and pees all over the carpet in front of my register. Then they left, and I've never been so grossed out and dumbfounded. Had to close up for the day and half the next day while GameStop paid to have our carpets sanitized. Resulted in a loss of pay for the weekend. I wonder what happened to that kid. He's got to be in his 20s by now. Yeah, this is when I would quit, bro. I'm sorry, but I am not going to be responsible for watching this kid piss all over the floor while I'm working at a GameStop, dude. You can pay my salary 10 times over. I can't let your kid use the restroom if that's against store policy. How ballsy of the mom. Just piss on the floor. Like, how bad of a parent do you have to be? This isn't a dog. It's not like a puppy. Oh, just go. I guess we'll clean it up later. What's even crazier is that the kid did it. This means it's probably not the first time that he's been told to just whip it out and piss in the middle of a store. He seemed a little too prepared for that. Former employee here. 2 wonderful stories. This older lady brings in a bag and she looks like an addict and she says she wants to sell her Wii. I put my hand in the bag and it's soaking wet with cat piss. She was furious that I wouldn't take it, and from that day forward, I made every customer take all trades out of the bags themselves. My first store was long, and I had a kid and mom in the back. The mom's not paying attention at all, and the 8-year-old's walking around and gets really quiet. The mom rushes the kid out of the store, go back there and find out he pooped on the floor. Watch the tape, mom finds him squatting, lets him finish, and then takes him out. Oh my god, dude, why are both of these stories so brutal? An old lady finessing you into grabbing some cat piss, that's already a big enough L. The mom finding her son squatting mid-poop and letting him finish, that one's priceless, dude. That's a Kodak moment right there. What is up with horrible moms in GameStop? I feel like every mom who just doesn't want to parent their kids just takes them to GameStop and is like, alright, poop in here, dude. Why does this happen so much? I feel like there should only be one story about kids just using the bathroom in the middle of a GameStop. There should not be this many. Not an employee, but I was waiting in line to buy a game, and a guy came in with his 8-ish-year-old son. I assumed it was his son, and he pointed the kid to the Nintendo section as he went over to PlayStation. I was daydreaming off in my own world, and it took me a moment later to realize it was water splashing. I turn around and see the kid projectile vomiting all over the floor. The employee at the counter and the lady in front of me all turn and watch this child empty his guts all over the floor before the father comes up to the son. You okay, bud? Yeah. Alright, let's get out of here. And without a word or even looking at anyone else, the two of them leave the store. Once gone, the three of us exchange wild looks, and the employee tells us it's his first day running the store on his own, and he doesn't have any cleaning supplies or know what to do. Poor guy. Parents, please don't let your kids throw up in GameStop. Well, I mean, on the bright side, at least your first day was also the worst day. The only way it could possibly go from here is up. A child projectile vomiting all over your one display? That sucks, but you know, at least the only direction from here is better, right? If there's anything to let you not quit your job, there it is. Just hold on to that hope. Worked at GameStop a long time ago, but I'll never forget this one. One night, a guy brought in a really dusty and dirty GameCube, wanting cash, of course, and I asked him if it worked, and he said he didn't know because he hadn't played it in a long time. I told him we'd have to check every console, and when I turned it on and opened the lip, 100 roaches came out all over the counter. What do these people's houses look like, bro? You literally have to be living in a dump, dude. Like, your house has to be looking like the leftover of Wally's World at the start of that movie in order for roaches to be living in your GameCube, dude. Cockroaches should not be trying to play Super Smash Bros. They really just shouldn't. Oh my god, dude, this is like some next level big no-no stuff. I worked in a store where theft was a very common occurrence, but this one dude, he nabbed one of the cheap controllers off the wall in the back of the store, put it in his backpack, then comes over to the counter, reaches across the counter, opens the drawer, steals a brand new game, takes it away from the register, opens it, waits in line, trades the game in for 25 bucks, then asks me to look for something in one of the bottom drawers, and steals back the game he just traded in a second time. And after that, he left the store before I could notice he was gone. I gotta give him credit. He had some slick balls. Dude, you just got destroyed. This man really just finessed GameStop so hard. I know they're currently on the line for bankruptcy, like it's not looking like they will survive. And I'm gonna be honest, this guy might be single-handedly responsible, bro. The level of finesse that he just did to the GameStop system. Yes, I know it's wrong, bro, but I don't know why. Something about somebody like this Robin Hooding GameStop does put a small smile on my face. I got two stories. A quick one is this guy who would come in all the time and ask about buying obscure Vita dating sims, asking inappropriate questions like if the next Dragon Age, at the time this would have been Inquisition, was gonna finally have SEX scenes in it. Next one is New Year's Day. Miserable. I'm already working. It's super early, and the first customer of the day the entire year is like this 7-foot tall guy who comes in asking for AV cables for the PS4 because the one he bought didn't have one. We immediately tell him that the PS4 only uses HDMI, so we don't have AV cables. Even confirming with him, you mean red, yellow, and white cables? He starts getting mad and asks again for the cables, which we tell him don't exist. Maybe there's an adapter or something, but I've never seen one and we don't have them here regardless. And that he should maybe check with Best Buy. The guy immediately starts screaming, "You racist cable, get me this cable, I'm homeless, I just bought this thing for my grandkids, you're all racist devils." I froze in fear and my boss took over and just scooted the guy out of the door. Hell of a way to start the year. Dude, why are you trying to use AV cables with the PS4? He's trying to get that 480p 60 FPS resolution coming off the PlayStation, man. He's really gonna be on those bubble TVs, you know, like the old school dome TVs all bulging out with this brand new PlayStation. This is the guy that still has the reason why CSGO can't use 128 tick servers, bro. That joke probably went over some people's heads, but for those of you that got it, you're welcome. You're welcome. Regardless, guys, I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below which one of these stories was your favorite. Do you have cockroaches living in your gaming console? I'm genuinely curious. If y'all want more content, I do have a podcast called the Scuffed Cast. Link will be down below, along with the link to the intro song if you liked it. And if you're in the mood for merch, the Teespring store can also be found down in the description. Last but certainly not least, if you become a member here on the Scrubae channel, you get a shout out at the end of every single video and a verified check mark next to your name in the comments section down below. So, without further ado, big shout out to Nick, Moon, DJ Legend, Antog, Rogue, Michael Savage, Way Too Psycho, Alex, Jackie Gold, Cordy, Titanium Board, Philip Coleman, Arrow, Logan, Typical Panda, Master, Aaron, TNT, Pepe, William, Christian, Ender, Mackenzie, Geo, Kyle, Jellybean, Sam, Brony, Wolfles, Potassium Prime, Benedicti, Ma, Man Madness, Brandon Groves, Slick Pickle, Kim, Dylan Chungus, Tiny Proxy, Zorik, Dashy Boy, Unreal Decoy, Sebastian Bees, Johnny Dude, Cosmic Ramen, Candy Rose, Fabulously Terrifying, Chandler Lewis, Ryuki, Sparky, and Why So Blurry. Thank you all so much for being members. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.